weeks of learning, we have gone through a massive transformation from the heart center practice. We learned forgiveness. And there we said, anybody, Babaji is saying that if anyone has ever made you less, can anybody trespass you if you have lived that way? It is your own creation. Somebody came and gave you that experience because we had some error in our thinking, and the error was not self-acceptance. We are not accepting ourselves perfect as we are. So the experience comes. And this massive transformation took us to look within what makes us think that way. So we went through the correcting thoughts where there were no correction, just identification of thoughts. Those are not aligned with God's thought. They don't have God's quality of love, peace, joy, abundance, happiness. And then we are working on those thoughts in part 2. And the first thing we learned about self-acceptance. There, one part of the practice was self-acceptance, but at the same time, we were learning the creating formula. And it could be difficult for many in the beginning to practice that, to flow with that. But if we understand chapter number 9, it is just a few powerful words that is like one chapter in itself put together. And if we understand that every word is just a feeling, we don't have to go into the chapter, but because we have practiced all those already, so we have to just come to that feeling, come to that state, and put those words together, and what we want to achieve, what we want to correct, put that thoughts together. That is our creating formula. And here comes the self-acceptance with that creating formula, where we just ask our higher self to give us thought that is not letting us accept ourselves. And then the whole journey begins. And it doesn't end with chapter number 10, it continues. And here we come with week 11 practice, that is enlivening the heart. Once we are in that blossom state, we recognize our presence, ourself, we can come to this chapter to enliven our heart with higher self presence, with higher self's guidance, with higher self's all-knowing intelligence. So this week we are here to master the God qualities, all-knowing intelligence. And it gives us a new tool. So by now, if in our practice we are lacking behind, we feel our we have not found our heart center, or we don't have our higher self signal, or if we think I'm not able to forgive people, I don't understand forgiveness, then we should take a pause here and go back to the first 24 days of practice, and then come along from there at your own pace. We are not going anywhere. Just every practice will make you perfect, and the practice itself will perfect, and you will feel ease and flow with that. So yeah, it takes a couple of iteration to go through entire unified program like this. But if we are practicing as suggested in the book, we can achieve it. But we all are occupied with many other things. So we may take some time, and then we can catch up on our own pace. So from here, a new journey begins. Everyone sitting here is going to experience that heart opening, that creativity, that happiness, or that God qualities blossoming inside. So we are all looking for that, right? So this chapter is going to groom our own intellect. So with the creating formula that we will be doing, with the understanding that we will be having about the all-knowing intelligence, so it will all put together a new self in action. We just have to allow and keep practicing, as the book suggests, and activity workbook is there to help guide, to look things differently, how we have been into our minds, right? So I would like to welcome Shailesh if before the session he wants to say anything.
Thank you. Thank you and welcome everyone. As Preeti has briefly explained what we are doing, what is our transition now. We are transitioning in part 2. We are focusing on the self, and now from part 1, whatever concepts we had learned and understood, the connection with our own expanded existence, that now today we are going to start enlivening it. That is the purpose of this chapter. So we have seen the seed now. Now it's time for the seed to start germinating. And this has to ultimately become a beautiful tree. The process is nothing very different, nothing very strange, nothing very difficult. You have been given all the basic tools now. You have everything that you need to know from the point of view of doing the work with yourself. The next step today, what we are going to learn is understand more about the process of enlivening and use our creating formula for that purpose. This will do two things. One is it will make us more familiar with our formula, application of the formula in day-to-day life. And also you will begin to see how potent that formula is. You will begin to see the effects, the results of doing a formula. So that is what we will learn through this chapter. Preeti, if it's okay, shall I start explaining the chapter now?
We can just center for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Everybody,
sure. Yeah.
yeah, you can turn on your cameras, just be together, be present here fully. Thank you. And if you have your unified book today, you can bring it close to your heart again and just take a moment and close your eyes. Feel that touch to your heart center. This book is energy that we are trying to align to. Understanding every chapter, practicing for our own experiences. This practical guide is the way to live from the heart, to become the master of the minds. Who else is the master if the mind is ours? So just breathe in this trust. We are entering into the era where the Guru is sitting inside. Every moment is the moment of choices. It shows the abundance around. So are we able to make our choice comfortably? To be here fully? Ask yourself. And if the answer is yes, you may feel the gentle pulsation at your heart center. Otherwise, just take your awareness there. Breathe in. And feel the expansion with every breath. I am made in the image of God. So God is love. So I am love. Take a moment and clear your aura. If not done, and let us connect with Babaji. His gentle presence is always there. We only have to ask questions, and sure, there will be an answer. So recognize his loving presence in your heart. It has been there guiding every week. And this is the time to receive the wisdom, the light from this week 11, enlivening the heart. As every chapter has come from Babaji's heart, we just connect to his heart and receive his love. The seed of week 11, enlivening the heart. It will germinate and grow as we practice and we continue our journey. So let us thank Babaji. And being fully present here, you may open your eyes. Welcome back. Now we can continue, Shaleshji.
Thank you. Thank you. Just as you are centered in your heart now, as you are focused on learning this new chapter today, I want you to feel the love in your heart. There is no pressure. There is nothing pushing you. There is nothing forcing you. You are totally free and at ease. Feel that. Right? Today, what we are doing, we are germinating the seed. We are enlivening the heart. Heart has always been there. Just like if you are baking bread, you use the yeast there. What do you do with the yeast before you mix it with the dough? What you do, you enliven the yeast. You have to put the yeast in some warm milk, put some sugar, give it life. That yeast is not dead. It's just in a latent state. It's the same process for our heart. We have kept the heart in the back seat all our life because we have been focused on the mind. Now we have been learning about the heart. The first part is just become aware that you have an existence beyond yourself. Start connecting with it, your higher self. That is, your higher self is nothing outside. It is just you, your extended existence beyond the body. And that is the one we are becoming familiar. In part one, we got the name, we got connection, we learned how to connect, learned how to feel, establish some signals within us. And then slowly and gradually, we have started understanding the qualities that can now be experienced by us. Such of those qualities which we had earlier assigned only to the God. Now, because we have that ability, we can utilize that. So that is what we have been doing. So today we are formally going to enliven it. Enliven it in the sense, in our thinking. Our playground is always the mind. That's where all the thoughts are. When we do the creating formula, we are doing it in the mind. Just another way of thinking and bringing awareness. You have a warehouse and you have a torchlight. So in the warehouse, it's all dark. You cannot see anything. But wherever you put your flashlight, your torch, that is what you begin to see. So now we are bringing our awareness to the ability of the heart, what it can do for us. Right? So let's read the chapter together, and then after that, we can know more. So that's the process. So we are enlivening the heart which had been in a latent state or hibernating state. Now we are waking it up. So few of the things that we are seeing here, whatever it is written here, most of it is what we have already learned earlier in the book. God knows everything. Every law of nature is part of that thought of God which created everything. The interaction of molecules. Now, here he is explaining one by one certain aspects of the existence. Pay attention to what he's talking about. So, God, every law of nature is part of that thought of God. All the laws of nature are included in the creation, which created everything. That thought includes it. The interaction of molecules, the seasons, the states of physical matter, the spiritual worlds, gravity and time, the nature of love, the purpose of mankind, the balance of nature, galaxies, and on and on. So he is basically covering a very wide spectrum of cosmos thing, right? That's what it is doing. There is something wrong with my life. Yeah, it's back. Okay. So just understand this, that he is bringing our awareness to things which we normally do not think about, right? Interaction of molecules. We don't think about it, but that is included in that one thought. The seasons. We go through the seasons, but never think about it. Seasons is part of nature's law, which is included in the God's thought that created. The states of physical matter, all the physical matter in various states, solid, liquid, gas, all states of physical matter. The spiritual worlds are not the ones which are visible to us. Even those are part of that thought. Gravity and time. Time, of course, we all know, and gravity is our link to the planet. The nature of love. We have been doing that part, right? Studying the nature of love right from beginning of this book. We had some understanding from the past, and now we are developing it further, exploring beyond, exploring more. That from the limited understanding of love, we are now trying to understand the real nature of love. The purpose of mankind. Why do humans exist? The balance of nature, how nature balances itself. To us, that may be unpleasant when there are earthquakes, floods. It is unpleasant to us as humans, but to the nature, that's part of the balancing. And galaxies, which we all know about, um, that's one known unknown. We know something about the galaxies, not everything, and on and on. So these are wider perspective of existence is what he is telling us, right? Beyond what we are knowing, we are connected with in our limited day-to-day experiences. This is expanding. He knows it consciously. So God knows it all. He knows it consciously. So because all of this is part of God's thought, God is fully aware of every detail of it consciously. That is, it is his thought that contains all knowledge. So all the knowledge that exists is being part of God's thought, is part of also God's knowledge. God knows it all. Everything that can be known is part of that. So by now, you know the logical extension of God's omniscience. God's omniscience is what we have now understood, right? Omniscient means present everywhere, right? Sorry, omniscience means knowing it all. Knowing. Omniscience is knowing. So that knowing everything part is what we have now logically understood in the first paragraph. You also, now he's bringing awareness back to us. You also know everything because you are part of you are that one and the same thought. Each one of us is part of that thought. So being part of the thought, everything contained in the thought is known to us. Everything in that thought is there for you to know and think. So he is slightly saying something slightly different from what I just said. I said it's known to us. He's saying it's there to know and think. So it's available. We may or may not use it. You only need to tune into that thought and ask whatever you want to know. It just like I gave example of a dark warehouse. You have everything contained there. All pieces of knowledge are there. You can see only what your flashlight is focusing on. So that's called tuning. Tuning into a thought brings that knowing to us. Whenever we tune, whichever thought we tune into, we can access that knowledge. That is the uh, physical understanding of what he's explaining here. Now, with this understanding that everything is accessible to me, I know that I have access to all that can be known. I have a flashlight in my hand. I can just flash it and know whatever I want to know. Right? Now, with that knowing, he says, how silly it is then that you make mistakes. Something to think about. When the one who created, who knows everything, when that one is active, there are no mistakes. The entire universe is functioning perfectly, accurately. That's what he's explaining. Like he's drawing a parallel to the concept that we know as God. So basically the one who knows it all doesn't make mistakes. So he's saying that how silly it is that we make mistakes. How silly it is to wonder what course of action is in your wisest interest. Sometimes this is the basis of all our decision-making process every day. Whenever there is a time for you to choose or decide, what is the basis? You choose whatever is in your interest, right? That's the choice we make at every point in our day-to-day routine. So he's saying how silly it is to wonder. You don't have to think about it then, right? It should be natural part of you, the way you do it. The answers to all are there. Everything is known. The answers are all there. There is no need to guess or fumble. We don't have to guess or fumble. It's all should be at our fingertips, right? So suffering of any kind arises only when you aren't tapped into the knowledge. So now he's saying because we disconnect from that knowledge, the all-knowing, whenever we are disconnected, suffering happens. We make a mistake, and every mistake leads to suffering. Suffering results from mistakes, and mistakes are not taking and using the knowledge that is yours. So what is a mistake? You miss the take. Is that word mistake he has split into two, missing, taking. Taking what? Taking the knowledge which is available to me. The intelligence which is available to me, I am not using it. I am not taking, I am missing on taking that knowledge. So he says, now there is no excuse. Now that you know, there is no excuse for errors or suffering or simply not living your life to the fullest. Now that you know, you have the torch in your hand and the all that you need to do is simply flash wherever you want. So accessing the knowing at the right time is the key here. Wherever you are present, you are acting, at that time, relevant knowing should be with you. Then you will have no chance of error. And when you do not do mistakes, you will not get suffering. So, such an easy thing, right? That's what we all want. We call it happiness, but behind that happiness is our rejection of suffering. We don't want suffering. We call it happiness, right? The other side, flip side of happiness that we think of happiness, the flip side is I don't want problems. That's it, right? That makes me happy. So that is what he's talking about. So you know now there is no excuse for errors or suffering or simply not living your life to the fullest. Now you can live your life to the fullest. You know your origin and you know you share in God's all-knowingness. So you are participant in God's all-knowingness. All-knowingness, he is now giving it a attribute. All-knowingness is your quality as well. You are participant in that. Furthermore, you are in tune with your higher self and that source of all knowledge. So you are in tune with your higher self. Now this is the process we have been learning through the book, tuning with the higher self, right? We are getting in tune with higher self. And consequentially, because of this tuning, we also have complete access to the source of all knowledge. With such awareness, every impulse of yours is naturally correct. So if you are in that awareness that I am connected with my higher self, when you are connected in that awareness, what happens? Every impulse of yours is naturally correct and perfect to bring you experiences filled with all of God's qualities. That is naturally, then you don't have to think. Whatever you do will happen as God would do. All your actions will be based on your perfect alignment with God's qualities. So that's where that practice of connecting with higher self comes into. Connecting with higher self, having higher self signal every time, all the time, means you are avoiding that mistakes part. You are connected to all knowing intelligence. That is the significance of this um, uh, thing. Um, you may not intellectually understand everything there is to know. So, important thing to note here, you may not understand intellectually everything, right? You will, you know parts of it. You tune into whatever needs to be known, but you may not know everything intellectually at the same time or everything that can be known. The intellect is such a small part of you. Intellect of that, my intellect is a very small part of my expanded existence. It's in your head, while the connection to all intelligence is in your heart. So this is where he's differentiating that what your head contains is a small part of the intelligence, the all-knowing intelligence. And the connection to all-knowing intelligence, the entirety, the totality of it is through the heart. So between our head and the heart, that is the distinction. The head contains, my understanding of, I can explain this way, head contains what you need currently. So you draw from the all-knowing intelligence what I need consciously today, right now. Whatever is going on around me, the intelligence needed to deal with it is pulled up. That's what I'm using because the capacity here is small. So I just take big pieces out of it, use it, right? And if my connection is broken, then I am left with whatever little I have here. And that's what he's going to explain here now. It is in your head, while the connection to all intelligence is in your heart. So through the heart, our access is to all knowing. There is no limitation there. In your heart, you know what you are doing is right, even though your intellect may not understand and may even argue against it. This you may have experienced many a times. You did something that your heart wanted you to do and you did it, even though your mind was not ready to accept it. Many times, right? This, if you look back in your life experiences, many times we did that. As a child also we did that. So, uh, in your heart, you know what you are doing is right, even though your intellect may not understand. The intellect is limited to the sum total of your experiences since you separated from your higher self. So since we separated from our higher self means like from our childhood. In childhood itself, that separation begins to happen. When we start identifying ourselves to the body, we separate from higher self. And what he's saying is your intelligence is sum total of your experiences from that point, right? That's what your mind knows. You think your brain knows those things. That information is known to you since your childhood. You have gathered experiences, right? How do I balance on a cycle? I don't touch the flame, right? All these are my experiences and they have become my knowledge. So this limited knowledge that I possess is what? Sum total of my own experiences. And so is the case for all of us. The intellect is limited to that, right? The intellect assumes that you are a separate and lone being. How does this happen? Intellect assumes that you are separate and alone, separated from everything else. An individual identity, the body, right? How does intellect function? Intellect uses our five senses to know. Without these five senses, our intellect will not be able to function. Remember that, right? Just for a moment, for a second, if you imagine that you don't have your eyes, nose, ears, your tongue, and ability to touch and feel anything. What are you? You have no way of knowing yourself. So these five senses are our instruments that our intellect uses to recognize, to understand what's going on, to figure out, right? The current status, wherever I am. So the intellect assumes that you are a separate and lone being means what? Now, through these five senses, I see myself as separate from everything else because I don't see my expanded existence. My senses are limited. They have a purpose. There's a reason why they are limited. There's a purpose for it so that they can experience duality. That's why they have this separation. Separation is the way in which you can create more than one, right? If you want to have two glasses of milk, you have to take it out of that big jar and put it in two glasses. Then you have two glasses, right? Same thing. Our existence in through the body, we have just separated out from the infinite, taken out and created an identity called the body. And our senses recognize this physical existence. That's how we have created this separation. So our intellect assumes, our limited intellect, the basis of it is what it knows through the senses. So it assumes that I'm separate, right? And then he calls that's a fantasy. It's just fantasy, imagination. What your head can tell you is based on a fantasy. So whatever you know about yourself, your head is telling you is based on a fantasy only. It's its own imagination based on whatever it knows, right? That little that it knows. From that, it's just interpreting and telling you. And that is fantasy, he says. That's not the truth. So he's talked about the head, the limitations of the head. Now he's talking about the heart. The heart doesn't deal in fantasy. It doesn't deal in fantasy. It doesn't fantasize anything. It is your connection to your whole self, to all intelligence, and to all truth. Your heart has total access. It leads you to right action, to fulfillment, to success, and back to wholeness. Right? So that is our way out. That's our way out of this illusion, the illusion of the little intellect. From that, how do you go out? Through the heart. And that's the purpose of this whole book, to experientially know that. That's why the emphasis this week is on enlivening your heart. So in this week, we are going to bring focus now because heart is my all-knowing intelligence. I want to enliven it now. The first day this week, you are to write out a creating formula to do just that. So this week, you have to do the formula. I won't call it write it out. I would call it do it. Doing in your quiet period, practice the formula the way it is supposed to be, all the 7 steps. And the focus this week will be on enlivening the heart. So he's giving us a sample claim that we can make in the formula. In part 3 of the formula, the claim section is simply, I claim now that I enliven and empower my heart. So together with enlivening, I am also empowering it. I am giving it the um, rights, you can call it, to do what it wants. Empowering it. Empowering my heart to bring me my all-knowing intelligence. So I am empowering the heart for a specific purpose, to bring me my all-knowing intelligence. Bring means access it. Create a channel, create an access to my own all-knowing intelligence. So that's the claim this week, right? I claim now that I enliven and empower my heart to bring me my all-knowing intelligence. Then what you do, use your quiet period today to discover what thoughts you have. So now the part 4. In the creating formula, part 4 is where in the quiet period what you will do, what thoughts you have that inhibit your heart from opening up to all knowledge. Within me, what are my thoughts which are not letting me open up? Deal with those thoughts in the 4th section of the formula. Right? So this is the 4th section you will do during the quiet period, where you will deal with those thoughts. Whatever thoughts are there, how do you deal with it? You recognize them and then replace them. Right? That, okay, my higher self, tell me what are those thoughts which are preventing me from accessing my all-knowing intelligence. And then what you do? Once you know the thought, you will have to have an equivalent replacing thought. I am all-knowing intelligence. I am whole and complete. Right? Remove that limitation that your thoughts bring in. That will sort of clear out the obstacles from your accessing. After you have written out your creating formula for your heart, become comfortable and familiar with each section. You want to repeat it easily without the paper at least once each day this week. So when you have done the formula, you may want to write it down also and be able to repeat. Because you have created it by yourself, there shouldn't be anything unfamiliar to you. So it should be very easy to memorize it or remember it and repeat it. And also remember, when you have memorized it, memorizing part will not have the thoughts which were obstructing. You have replaced it now, right? I am whole and complete. I am all-knowing intelligence. So the obstructing thoughts are gone now. They have been dropped. Every time during the week, whenever you think of this whole thing, you can always, every quiet period, always ask, is there anything more that is obstructing my access to all-knowing intelligence? Some new thoughts can come. Do a replacing thought, right? So each time you do your quiet period practice, work on that aspect of it. Anything more is left there for me to clean up, right? That's the process I would recommend here now. Then remember, so you want to repeat it easily without paper at least once each day. Remember to be centered in your heart when you say or think of the formula. Try to be at your heart center. Feel the truth as you think of each section. As you think of each section of the formula, feel the truth. Feel it. That's why I say do the formula. Doing the formula is being centered and going through all aspects of the formula from that heart space. Now you understand why we do it in a heart-centered way, because that is my doorway to all-knowing intelligence. And in this chapter, we are enlivening that doorway and strengthening that doorway, empowering it. Now we are saying, okay, you are the driver. We are just opening the door and then giving it the total entitlement, power. Yes, you are in charge. That's the purpose of this week. Now, together with this ability, now when we have access to the all-knowing intelligence, this is a very big power. Once you have created that connection, this is real big power to you. How do you now use it? This is a second thing that we will learn during the week. The second and every other day this week in your time now to practice a new tool for tapping into that all-knowing intelligence. Now you have opened the doorway. How do you use it? That's what he's talking about. So we have to develop a new tool. How do you tap into that all-knowing intelligence? This new tool is a kinetic signal from your higher self for a yes and a no. So there's a new tool you will develop, which will be essentially a language between you and your higher self, just for two words, only two words. Yes, no. Only these two words. How will your higher self tell you that yes? Or how will it tell you no? Just these two words, you have to create a signal with your higher self so that you will never have mental confusion. Your knowing will tell you through that signal. Right? That's how you are now developing. You are learning the first two important words of the language of the heart. Think of it like that. This is language of the heart now you are learning. Not the mental yes and no. This is language of the heart. Heart says yes. You, from your life experiences, you can recall moments when your heart was saying yes. Think of the time when you met your beloved for the first time. Your heart would have clicked. That experience, if you recall, you will know that yes. Or in some cases, a no. That also you would have experienced. Your heart would have said, that's not the right one. Right? So that knowing, inner knowing, it's not from the mind. It doesn't come from the mind. That is what he's talking about. So we have to now make it absolutely confirmed. Pakka, absolutely pakka. That yes, that's my signal. So that is the practice we have to do. Actually, you may already have such a signal, a chill up the spine when you are about to say or do something evil. So if you were deliberately trying to do something evil, pranking somebody or something, there may be a chill up your spine. Or inappropriate. And that's a common thing. People feel a chill up their spine. Some people experience sweaty palms or a twitch someplace in the body. Body tries to obstruct you. These could be various forms of signals from your higher self. So higher self signals that that's not the right thing to do. These could be various forms of signals from your higher self. You may not remember any now, but as you become more familiar with signals, some will dawn on you. So when you are working on the signals, some of your childhood things maybe would come back. In our childhood, we don't have developed logic. So the only way for our higher self to warn us is through the signals. In the childhood, we try to experiment. We want to do things. But your inner knowing warns you. Those are the signals. Once our logic is developed, our experience is sufficiently developed, we naturally, logically make decisions not to do something. Right? But in the childhood, that's why those signals you may have forgotten now. Why? Because they were from your childhood. But if you remember your childhood, when you stole the cookies from the jar and told your mother, no, no, I didn't do it. Remember what your inner one, how you felt at that time. Right? That's the kind of thing. So You are in charge of what signals you want. He's saying you can decide the determination of what signal you want. You can decide that. Always remember that you are not a victim to any particular signal. So, any specific signal that you have been told about by somebody or me here in the session, you are not bound by that. You are free to choose a different one. If you feel it is too obvious to anyone watching, or if it hurts, or if you just don't like it, you can tell your higher self to give you a new one. You have to be very practical about it. Why? Because this signal can come anywhere. You are in a public place, you are in the market, you are talking to your doctor, whatever in a situation. And when this signal comes from your higher self, you don't want it to be such that like it creates a scene there for you, right? So you want your signals to be subtle so that only you know them. That's the practicality aspect of it. So you can always tell your higher self to give you a new one. This is true with all signals, even the main signal from your higher self. So your main signal that you already have, my higher self, give me your signal, the signal of presence of higher self with you. That signal, also, if you want, you can change it. As well as new yes and no signals you will learn this week. So you can change them. Now sit comfortably. So here he is describing how do you do this process. This is only one type of signal that he is describing here. You can have different ones. Now sit comfortably with your head and spine very vertical, keeping the spine and head vertical. Um, Settle down with your attention in your heart. Get your higher self signal and communicate for as long as there is feeling to do so. So this is normal. You do it in all your quiet periods, right? You ask for higher self signal and then allow the higher self to communicate. As long as that communication is going on, you can just feel relaxed. Don't do anything till that time. Once that communication has stopped, higher self's messages are true to you, then you can say, Dear higher self's name, my higher self, please give me a yes signal. And you are also telling what signal you give me by rotating my head from right to left 3 times. So just look at me now. I will just show you how I have understood this. So from right to left, right to me, my center position is, let's say, consider this to be the right. So to my left, like that, right? And this for the yes signal 3 times. So like that, 3 times, right? And after 3 times, it should return back to neutral position. This, you can practice this as it is if you are comfortable with that. But for this to become easy for you, your spine needs to be vertical and this neck should not be stiff, right? If it is stiff, it will prevent movement. That's why he wants us to be sitting in a free state. So our hands are free, our upper body is free to swing or whatever. All kinds of movements are possible for your signal. So when you ask for a signal, if one way is you simply ask, give me your signal. Give me a signal for yes and stop there. This is one thing. But what he is suggesting here, give the higher self the signal you want. So here it is, turn my head to my left 3 times, right? Like that. This is how I have understood this thing. Then sit easily with your head as though it were sitting on a pivot. Don't resist any movement. Let it gently swing to the left and then back to the point of beginning. It will repeat this 3 times and your higher self signal will return. So during this process, when this is happening, your higher self signal will be suppressed. You won't feel your higher self. And once you are back, when these 3 iterations have happened, your higher self signal should return. Okay? That is a key, that's a key understanding or key message to you that higher self has delivered what he wanted to deliver to you. Okay. Um, it will repeat this 3 times. Yeah. Practice this yes signal several times. So you will have to sit and practice. So in your quiet period, try practicing this from second day onwards. And you can do it any number of times during the day. This is the more you do, the the more certainty you will achieve. You won't have confusion. So your signal could be just turning of the head. It could be one of the signals, or it could be anything else. Some different people do different things. I've heard that some people and they have like if their palm is resting like that, their signal could be raising of one finger. Yes, could be like that, or whatever. Some people, this I used for some time was this: I would make a ring in both hands and then lock the rings from each other, right, like that. So the ring will be like this, locked. And if I try to open this, if it opens, it's a yes. If it doesn't open, it's a no. This was my signal. For some time, I did that, and it actually worked. Right? And this is so subtle that you are sitting with your hands locked with each other. Anywhere you can experience this signal. Right? So that's one more way of doing it. There are so many other ways. And the extension of this, people have, when they develop this more and more, they develop external tools for this. Pendulum is another tool which does exactly the same thing, right? Or some people have L rods, you hold the rods in your hand. That's the oldest technique, actually. Probably that's the one time when people understood that they can connect with higher self like that. This is very old, ancient technique that to hold. They didn't have rods at that time. They used to pick up tree branches in the hand, branches of the tree. And the purpose was to find why did they do that? They wanted to find the right location to dig a well so that they find water there. Digging a well is a big effort, and you keep digging and you don't get water, it's a useless, wasteful effort. So if someone can decide, well, okay, right here, if you dig, you will get water. How do you know? This technique, they called it water witching. So water witching technique was developed way back. Ancient people, they used to hold the branches of the tree, and at the place where there was water, the branches would turn and come towards each other like that. So those branches used to be Y-shaped, I mean like that. You can see how tree branches, right? One branch and splitting into two. So they would hold at the single point, and then loosely they hold and they turn and touch each other. I have practiced that also, and it works, right? So these are various external tools. You can practice them and develop. There is a science behind it. Actually, this is very scientific. Later on, people identified there is no magic happening there. It is your body functioning as an instrument, right? So this technique will have to be developed, and know that you are using your mind. You are not outside. Why? Because yes and no are a duality concept. In duality only. So only mind can understand duality. That's why mind is used for that purpose, right? So you can try it with the yes signal, and then when you feel comfortable with the yes signal, say, dear high self, please give me a no signal by rotating my head from right to left once. So for yes, it was 3 times, the same movement, but only once, right? That would be a no for me. And right after that one turn like that, higher self signal should return. That is an indication that yes, the signal has ended, right? So because otherwise you won't know. After one turn, you will wait, well, maybe second and third will come. But they will not come. Why? Because your higher self signal will tell you that done. So You are first sitting with your higher self's normal signal and then asking for this signal. The rotations happen. During their rotation, your higher self signal vanishes. And then as soon as the rotations are done, your higher self signal returns. That's the process. Okay. So practice yes and no signals like that. Um, Relax and again allow your head to rotate to the left and return to its original position. Practice this signal several times. So the more you practice, the more conversant you will become with the signal. Each day, practice the yes and no signals by demanding the yes and then the no. So one at a time. Mix them up as you practice more. If you feel that yes, I have it, then mix it up. Ask for a yes and suddenly ask for a no, and then ask for a yes and then continue to ask for yes for some time and suddenly no. Do that mixing up. This week is only to practice the signals. So right now, you're not asking questions. You are simply practicing the signal. For now, don't ask questions that are to be answered by the signals yet. Just get them strongly perfected so you can read the yes and no easily. In any situation, you should be able to notice the signal. That is more important. Feel so comfortable with them that you can have no doubts about this process. If another signal comes instead of the rotating head, and if you like that signal, go with it. Your higher self may know that another type of signal is better for your physiology. So everybody's body construction is different. So for some people, this head rotation may not be a convenient thing, right? So according to your body's requirements, that's how higher self is going to give you a signal. Again, if you can't stand your yes or no signal, you can demand a different one. He's using the word demand. That means you are in charge. You have the right to ask for a different one. Don't, however, demand different signals just to test the process. So your intention should be clear, not just for testing what happens, right? Tests of this type do not work. It will just make you vulnerable to doubts. So it will strengthen the mind. Instead of strengthening your heart, it will strengthen the mind. You will continue to doubt. So when you have doubt about your signal itself, you can't use that language with your higher self. That is the significance. So he's warning us here that don't do it just because you want to test it. Throughout the week, simply be aware that your heart is opening. Trust your feelings. So this is a very important thing to remember. Now this week, once you have done the first day formula of enlivening and empowering your heart, when you have done that, remember that that process would have started. So in this week, you will find different experiences in life. You will find a very different experience of yourself. And that's what he is alerting us about. Okay. Trust your feelings. So now focus on your feelings more now. Act on them. Your creating formula is enlivening and empowering your heart. So your mind will struggle, but your heart will develop. Right? Mind is going to put a lot of barriers. So you may have a mental struggle also. This is the connection of God's thought, which is all knowledge. So your heart connection is all knowing intelligence. Its input will be in the feelings of heart. You will actually feel so much better. Once your heart is enlivened and empowered, you will actually feel much better. You won't even be able to sometimes describe it also, right? Just enjoy it. That's the end of the chapter. So, lot of information. Try and read by yourself. The more practical aspect of it is the work that you will need to do. Working on the signal itself, the yes and no signal. That is the more important aspect of it. This week, I have always emphasized on the importance of this signal. This signal is your real power. Just know the implications. So once the signal is fully developed, all your interactions with anything and everyone in this planet, those interactions can be assessed based on this signal. This signal will guide you through situations which could lead you to success automatically. Today, you are not using all-knowing intelligence. You are making a choice. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And you find problems, right? Imagine that situation where your all-knowing intelligence is triggered and it's constantly saying, telling you, don't go there, go here, go here. That's good. That's good. So how it tells you? Yes. It says yes. It doesn't give instruction. It says yes or it says no. Whatever you are doing, your inner knowing of yes and no will guide you. And that guidance is super. Why? Because it's coming from your all-knowing intelligence. Your mind will not even doubt your decisions. That's how powerful this thing is, right? And once you become more confident, I will tell you more about it. How you use this skill in your day-to-day life. There's a lot, right? Um, this is real power. Just know that. Okay. For now, just be focused on developing the signal, not using it. Right now, this week, be focused on making it sure that when you think of yes, that signal should appear. When you think yes, signal appears. When you think no, your no signal appears. That is what you are working on this week. Okay. All right. So I have spoken a lot. Now it's your turn.
Today, everybody is silent. It is the day to celebrate. The tool that we are learning this week about this yes and no signal we are going to use in every practice from here on. So this week we are not doing any findings of truth, but we are perfecting the truth signal. So as much we can practice here, the further chapter practice will be easier. That's why the warning comes that if you are stuck somewhere behind, just go back, practice, continue, and then come along. And the first time we go through the unified course, we understand, we learn a new language, then our mind starts to think that way, in that direction, and then it takes some time to integrate. And so when we do it next time, many times we feel that, oh, where was I last time? The concept is so new, different to ourselves. So don't be surprised, because when it comes to all-knowing intelligence, it doesn't mean a massive download a single night. It's just every time, every moment, wherever we are, whatever we are doing, we are guided. We'll get the inner guidance for doing things in the right way, and then perfect this all-knowing intelligence connection all the time, for all our decisions, for all our work, for knowing, for understanding. Um, many of the things we have been learning and listening to masters, but then slowly you will see that your inner guidance is speaking in a different way, the same thing. And it will be like a click. You will enjoy it more because it's your inner wisdom. It will come with a feeling, oh, this is how people feels when they get their all-knowing intelligence. You will start recognizing this God qualities, what Babaji is saying, that you are already made and you already have it. So this is the journey, and it comes through experience, not just by reading the books or doing the quiet period practice. They charge us to take this forward throughout our day. So it's a living guidance. Um, a space to live from is our heart space, which is naturally guided, knows higher self plan, what is going to happen here, what I need to do, where I'm going, in which direction I'm going. Right. And every moment when you get that guidance, that it says that the chapter says that you have lost your connection with your higher self. So when this all these incident will happen in your life, you will see that connection is getting stronger and stronger. You're able to feel it all the time. So there is no moment of question, no moment of doubt, just that inner knowing. And Babaji is saying that you start acting on that. That's the best line I like in the chapter, where the chapter ends. Your heart is opening, trust it. Your feelings are expanding, trust it. Act on what you are feeling, because it is, this is the where you will find many activities in our activity workbook, because other activities Babaji has already given, practice our signal. Right. So this week also, just ask any question if you feel you have any doubt in creating formula, what it means, where you get stuck, so you can still ask in the question answer section. And now we can go into the practice. So today we will just do the first part of the practice, where we will enliven and empower our heart with all-knowing intelligence. And then from tomorrow, we can practice getting the yes and no signal. So the whole day you have time to find out any blocking thoughts that, tells you that how come.
Yes. The I don't know how you have if everyone has understood what we are doing here, right? I will just quickly tell you that when you have now empowered your heart to drive your life, right? Drive means all decision making. So uh, what will the heart do? How does your heart tell you, or your higher self tell you? How does it tell you? It will have to say how the process in my head, how I think of it. My thoughts are flowing continuously, right? I am in a situation, there are things happening, and my conscious mind is engaged in thinking, right? Now, when the thinking is happening from behind, my heart says, yes, this is good. Let's do it, right? That is what I have to act on. And if from inside it says, no, it looks good, may not be good, just don't go there. Don't do it. That's how decision making is happening from behind. So flow of thought, normal, natural, the way your mind is used to. But choices come from behind, right? That is how you get guided in the right direction. So the heart doesn't give you instructions. It simply agrees or disagrees. That's all it does.
It means there is no doubt when heart speaks, but when mind says, you will have lot of ifs and buts and, many loops of thought.
Yeah. And when something is coming from your heart, remember, it is coming from the place where everything is known. All knowing intelligence is telling you. So it knows the background, the foreground, everything is known to it. And from that perspective, the bigger perspective, the high level perspective, is telling you yes or no. That is the most important thing, to trust. How do you trust it? Yeah? It's not coming from limited thinking that I know of. It's coming from where everything is known. That is called tapping the all-knowing intelligence. That simple yes or no is tapping. You have created that connection, right? That that's what I want everyone to understand, the importance of this chapter.
So importance is huge. And also, this week we are not doing with any questions and answers. But many times when we will go through the practice, you will see that you are attached with the outcome of the questions. So you will always be anxious about the signal. So that time it is very difficult to recognize. First thing, this is the condition when we expect certain outcome. We know something, but we do not want. So we ask. And the other thing is that when a situation comes where everyone around is in panic, and me too, somewhere. In that moment, it is very difficult to get that signal. So if we are centered throughout those moments of tough days, also we can center ourselves. And if we have practiced enough of this signal, that it comes automatically, naturally, even with open eyes, even with while talking to people, being in situation, you will get a gentle nudge, step back. That's a very powerful no signal. So it's just a new knowing, like we have taken 1 year to graduate from one class as we were going through our curriculum studies. We have very less time to master this lifelong tool. So we really need to get hooked onto it. And always remember that when the problem is bigger, the stake is high, you will doubt more. So the biggest enemy of this particular week is our own fears and doubts. And definitely the boost is our own self acceptance, a forgiven heart in the state of love. So Deepmalaji has written that she has already got many clarities this by this time, and it is because her heart is connected to higher self, who is guiding, and she is able to recognize that guidance. Yeah, Deepmalaji.
Atmavandan Preeti Ji, Shailesh ji. So, I think most of us would have had these experiences before we came to Unified, that we got certain answers at certain times and we followed through, and it was the correct decision. The only thing which I now realize is that many times when it was not, if we thought that it is from our heart, and then it didn't turn out to be correct, was because of the uninvited influences. And I found that, like you were saying, that we have the knowing. So I think shared an experience. We went to the village office to pay the taxes, and there was a chaos going on. There was some fighting argument going on, and Balaji and me just landed at the office, and there was like literally in North India, if we would have been there, we would have rushed away. But this is Gujarat and it's a lovely place, but there was a whole lot of chaos and shouting and everything. So Balaji said, let's go back and come tomorrow, and I said, no, we'll wait. So in 5 minutes, everything settled down. They called us in and they made us sit, and then whatever work we had to do, it was all done. So the thing is that we know that somehow I had a knowing that it's going to work out. So things like this have already happened in our life, but now we are consciously creating, knowing the formula and how to go about it. So, because only the thing is that now we are careful that we are no uninvited influences. Because I have been a vegetarian for about 25 years, but occasionally I get this urge of eating egg because I was born into a non-veg family, a hardcore Rajput, Pahadi, and so we have, like, it's a normal thing in our house. Used to be, so now also I get urges to eat egg and made in a certain way. Sometimes I would say boiled or some, Then recently when I had it, I just did the aura cleaning and it went away. So then I realized it wasn't me. I have had these sort of experiences all my life. So this very good aspect is like we clear our aura and then we go on to creating formula. Then we are creating the right formula. So I think all of us would have experienced, because we are here because we are that sort of people who have had these sort of experiences, and you know. So this, I wanted to share this because very important is the sequence of the way we are creating. Yes. So thank you so much. So lovely to be here. Just feeling I have this wonderful knowing that I'm in the right place and doing the right thing. Even though like I'm still, I think, the chore in the house and not doing 100%. But I'm really connected. Like yesterday when you said in the meditation for the Amavasya, I was like with you every place, and even some words before you said I could sense them. And we had also gone to Dhyan Mahakumbh, so we were in the near Ganga, and that feeling in so that is that Ganga is also always been there till the earth is there. It is going to be there. That feeling when we were standing there, even the photographs which I have, my daughter was saying like you, because you feel so much of piety over there. The the divinity of that river is so awesome. So thank you so much for everything and teaching us in the right way, hand holding, pulling, pushing, prodding, everything you're doing. We are very naughty children.
But your experiences are beautiful. I mean, I can truly relate when you said that I did the aura cleaning and my urge went away, because we go back to the chapter 3, if there it clearly says that many influences from your family, your ancestors, they're always in connect with you. So you never know if they are wanting to have to enjoy that.
Yeah.
And they have, we are their dreams actually. They had desire to fulfill, so we are in that form. They're in their desires, we are in this body. So but we always have a choice to be who we truly are, you
So
know.
before coming to Unified, I had done a lot of work on myself and like forgiveness. So I used to hate my grandmother, my father's mother. Why? Because she was very strict with us. We are four daughters, so they wanted a son, and we are all daughters. So she always had that against us. And we were raised as boys, like I shared. So we had short hair and everything, and that sort of a thing. But like I could always feel I'm no less than anybody, and I deal with the world in my way. But having said that, afterwards when I was working on myself for a long time, I realized that she did what she thought was best, what was her thing. And then I realized how hard, because we are from the mountains, from Gadwal, so there the life is very hard. She led a very hard life. She was married, I think, before the age of 14 or 15, and then she had so many kids, 8 of them. So obviously she had a hard life. Once I connected to that, I was able to forgive her. So that process, I think all of us in this group are already on that path. So now we come on the train which is going somewhere faster. We were just walking along the track, but now we got into the train. So hopefully we'll.
So let me explain to you some important aspects here.
Right.
We have all been connected always. Higher
Hmm.
self has never left us. It was us who did not recognize that higher self is nudging me. We didn't recognize. Even if we recognized, we didn't follow through. Why? Because we never trusted it. The mind was constantly revolting. No, 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 no. That danger, this danger, all those dangers are there. You can't do this. So, trust is what we are trying to establish now. Empowering the heart, that is the part. When you want to empower the heart, you are telling the mind, I trust my heart. Following through, acting on it, right?
I did not have this problem. I
Huh.
had the trust,
Hmm.
but I'm surrounded by super intelligent people,
Hmm.
and they have doubts. So
Hmm.
that was because I shared long time back that we are on a road trip and Balaji stops at a restaurant. I said, no, 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 I don't feel this is the right place. So
Huh.
he always laugh at me and say, now how do you feel? Is it the right place? So I would always go by my heart, and sometimes so much so that many people said you're not doing the right thing and all. But because I know, because of my past lives, I have decided to have this life in this form.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure of that because I have in Dr. Newton's place done past life for 10 days course and all that. So I experienced many lifetimes, and one lifetime I was exactly opposite of what I am right now. Therefore, I know that I decided to be a simple person and being slow. So I was the slowest person in my family. They would all do everything fast, 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 and they would. So once in my 40s, my dad said to me, if it would have been your sister, she would have done four things and you've just on one. And I said, she's her, I am me. So from that time, I understood that this is my pace and I have to accept myself, even though it is frustrating because I can't keep in step with this family. They're so fast. So,
Yes.
but I have trusted myself, but the intelligent people around me were always trying to push me off, but I also stuck my ground.
Yes. So in your case, you have been that way, but most people are not, right? So the purpose of this chapter is to establish that trust on our own inner knowing, our own intuition. We are learning that part. Trusting it, acting on it, following through it, right? That is the empowerment part. So when we enliven it, we don't enliven it for nothing, right? Not using it. You want to enliven and then empower it so that you can use it. The advantage of connection, right? And you have been using, fortunately, fantastic. But many people, most of us rather, are in the mind. So for us, this connection is a new thing, and trusting the connection is very important. It has always existed, but we never recognized it. So now we are learning to recognize it, give it the priority to act. Okay, so that's the aspect of it. And the tool that we are developing in the process is a tool to establish the trust only. The better you practice it, the more certain you are, because mind is what is being used, and mind doesn't trust anything. It will create doubt. So in order for the mind to be satisfied, this tool works. It is your inner knowing that tells you yes or no. That's it. As simple as that. And that yes or no, if you follow through, you will train your mind that that's the one driving, not you. Then mind becomes disciplined. So we are shifting gears now. The steering is now handed over to the heart, no more the mind, right? The steering is in the hands of the heart. Now the heart is driving. We are learning that process of recognizing and following through. Right? The more we practice it, the more it will become natural. Then your state of being in the heart will not matter also at some point. It will be just your knowing. Like you have had that experience, right? That you just get an inner knowing and you just follow through it, right? You haven't sat there and centered in the heart and all that process. That's your natural being, right? So this has become your nature. So this is the same thing will happen to all of us. Whoever is practicing it, we will get into that state eventually. The more we practice this yes and no, the more we naturally follow through. It becomes your nature. And when it becomes your nature, the mind, we will learn about it in part 3. Mind then becomes extremely powerful um, instrument for you. You are now going to start using the mind the way it is meant to be used. Right? That's what we are going to learn through the process. So we are rearranging the boss. Okay? That's the purpose of this whole book. We shift the authority from mind to the heart. Right? Decision making, right? Like think of the minister in any department. There is a minister. Minister doesn't really make decisions. Decisions are made elsewhere, communicated to the minister. This is in the interest of the party, right? And then minister executes it. So that mind will become the minister. It will think I am the boss. But decisions will be made elsewhere in the background. They are not worried about the authority, the position or anything. They are not in a fantasy land. They are in reality. That's where the decision is coming from. The one who knows everything in reality, the truth. When the decision comes from there, it will always guide you in the right direction. That connection is what we are doing. It's extremely powerful thing. All right. Thank you,
Thank you.
Deepmala ji. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Preeti ji.
Chaliye. Yeah, Preeti, let's go.
And having all that also, sometimes our mind is so kiddish that it will not choose the higher self words. It will still say sometimes, I want to still experience it. So that somebody has shared last time, and then she said that it was a disaster experience. So my higher self said no, but I was still so curious. I still went and I did it. And my logical mind kept saying that, wow, this is going to be a wonderful experience. And it ultimately came out as a disaster. So that is why it is very important. And sharing these experiences are, it's like giving life or giving strength to what we are learning. So that's why I shared. So coming to the practice, again, we will do the creating formula for enlivening our heart today. And tomorrow we will work on signal, and we'll talk more about the signal, how we are going to practice it, what can hinder it. But today our work is to identify any blocks about all-knowing intelligence, that God qualities that is present in everything. Everything is acting from that space, even a light bulb, even a fan, even a car, even anything in the nature where we totally agree, yeah, this is part of God's intelligence. But even the man-made things are out of that knowing intelligence, all-knowing intelligence. So we are, although sometimes our experiences have been different than what we expect, but they were all the experiences for us to learn to differentiate the higher self presence and the lower self presence. So that journey we have already done, completed, and now we are stepping into the shoes of higher self, and the all knowing intelligence is going to be our innate nature, the very second nature. Everything that we do, speak, share, it's coming from there. So let us come, center ourselves, sit comfortably, and feel your body start scanning top to bottom. Whatever we have learned so far in this 1.5 hours, every cell in the body was present, listening, integrating, filtering also. What was filtered, what my heart didn't accept, or mind said a big no. That is what we want to resolve today. So far, we were living with mind, with some total of our past experiences. When I speak, just be at the center of your heart, feeling it, not listening it. Breathing, relaxing your body. And then let these words become a gentle music guiding to your inner self. To that experience of mind, where mind was alone, it was alert. All the sum total of the past experience was only thing to believe, to trust. And when we came to our heart, we only knew it is an organ that pumps blood. When it is alive, the human is alive. But that organ that can run this body, this system, what would be its intelligence? Working day and night, no rest. Pumping blood, circulating blood means connection with everything, all the organs. Still have taken a back seat behind the lungs, behind the ribs, or within the ribs. So feel it. Even though it was hidden, silent, and instead of it guiding mind, the mind was totally engulfed it. Because there were conflicts, and mind had evidence, proofs. And it captured the heart. It's not safe, the mind said. You say big things. It seems like a dream. It sounds like a fantasy. But here's my experience from the past. See my fears, see my doubts. See my experience of my failures. Listen that conversation that is going within, between the mind and the heart. What are they saying? How did we leave the heart behind? How did mind become so powerful? Like an adamant kid. Let the vision come in front of you. The experience of your life. The moment when you rejected your heart's voice. Those are the moments we left behind our higher self. Do you feel weak in your heart or heavy? As you let your heart cry, tell all it felt. Do you feel its presence? Mind always had logic, some proofs. This saying, that saying, this ritual, that ritual. From our ancestors, from masters, from the enlightened ones. Trying to be a good person. That is the ultimate goal of this human life. When we see from the mind, a successful person, a rich person, a so-called nice person, But who defined it? What is that definition of being all this? Every limitations from the conditioning has put us in jail. Our heart is in jail. It is beating, but not alive. It is like a wife who don't get to speak. And when it speaks, it is made less. So how much ever mind creates the outer appearances, inside we feel hollow. Lonely, as if we are not living. Let those moments come in front of you. Whether it was a dream of riding a unicorn or a dragon or having a candy, some color of frock, the dress, the shoes, like Cinderella. I know a lot of emotions are coming in front. But let it flow in front of you. It was nobody's mistake. It was part of that God's plan that made everything perfect. At this point of time, when we know our mind was the only driver trying to be protective, logical. That's its nature. It is meant to be like that. I accept it, I embrace it. But I free my heart from the conditioning that overpowered capture the heart feels from the mind. I break that connection. Take any sword you like and cut that thread. And free your heart. Do you see a chain like an iron chain, or a thread, or a rope, or something heavy like a rock put on your heart? Something like clenching, like you feel in my heart is in a claw. Whatever it is, that is an illusion. Take this opportunity to release that visual action in your mind, accepting mind and embracing heart. As two separate existence. Did you succeed? Now feel your heart. You can do this exercise as and when you feel like. Even when your mind feels fear. Just learn that the mind is feeling alone and it needs my company. So just be present and watch with little cues. I'm listening. I'm listening. Yes, I'm there. From your heart. It's a big release. It is the freedom to express. Not to make mind happy, but to make it supported. Then it will not frown. It won't fumble. It won't be the way it is today. Just feel this moment. Where you get to be who you feel you are, who has no definition from anybody. That how you look, how you talk, what you are. Just in the image of God. Your existence became alive. So don't live like a dead person. Enliven your heart. The pulsation at the center of our chest. Is that song of our heart, the voice of love, God's love. Now our mind recognize it. It has the evidence. When I feel calm, when I feel love inside me, doesn't matter what happens around. In this collective consciousness, I may never be able to control the outer existence, but I can be sure of me being love within. That no one can take away from us. That's the God's gift. Its presence in us. The heart knows I am the image of God. It doesn't have to prove. I just let it to be. And I express it. Now feel it in your stomach. Cradle this little child in God's love. As if it witnessed all that happened and is still confused. So breathe into your stomach. Tell it it's all right. We are expanding. You know, we are coming together so that we can go back home. Feel it. Even feel the tears. As feel that peace after the war. Yes. Feel that limitations of the mind, why it was the way it was. And feel that heart still being there, even if it was suppressed. Waiting for this moment So, my dear stomach, do not jump out of fear, anxiety. Do not frown. I give you my love, and I receive your love. Just give this gentle touch to your stomach, maybe with your hands or just with your breath. Soothe it. So nervous system will catch up. And it will rest. Now feel this alignment. The heart, the head, and the gut in one line. Maybe feel that how your sit bones is rooted in the ground, supporting these three entities one over the another in a straight line. And your back, the spine is straightening up, the chest is opening up, and the shoulders is falling off, away from the ears. And the gentle breath flowing from the nose to your stomach. And to the sit bones. In and out. Take your awareness with every breath. Do a deep exhale whenever you feel like. And give love to the body parts where you feel the pain. Maybe with your breath or with your touch. Just take your awareness there. Give your love and come back to the heart. Just tell the pain, I am there with you. Everything is going to be all right. Now my ignorance is gone. And I see you. Your pain was my ignorance. Was telling me my ignorance. I recognize it. And I give you love. Then come back to your heart center. Feeling that truth may not be put in words, that we still give words that I am the image of God. But just feel it without giving any words to it. Feeling this love, let it expand through every cell of the body and into your aura. And tell those lost bodies in fear, in doubt, lingering in our light, our own stress, others' beliefs, our lingering thoughts of lower self. To each uninvited influences in my aura, I send you love and light. From my heart, you are each whole and healed. You are each created as love and light. And you are still love and light. No need to be afraid. Do not feel the pain. And I know a perfect place for each one of you to go. And I request my higher self name to take you there now, to your perfect place. You would be fine. Each one of you go in peace. I set you free. And I set myself free. From the influences. As I breathe love, I breathe peace. I breathe joy. And I send all this to all the thought forms around me. Observe it like a light shining in every bubbles, every smoke, transmuting it into love and light. And then I close my aura to all except my higher self. Fall deep into the silence, but still be aware. Tell your higher self, today I am here to claim my all-knowing intelligence. I am here to enliven my heart, to empower my heart. Are you there? Please give me your signal now. Thank you for your signal. Help me do my creating formula. For my claim. Let us unify and raise our vibration. Do it yourself with the God qualities you remember today at this point of time. God is love. God is light. God is joy. God is peace. God is all-knowing intelligence. God is perfection. God is non-judgmental. God is a creator. And I am the image of God. I have all these God qualities. So I am love. In this pause, feel it. I am light. I am joy. I am peace. I am all-knowing intelligence. whole and complete. I am perfection. I am non-judgmental. And now I claim to enliven my heart. I claim to empower my heart. I claim to have all-knowing intelligence in my heart. What goes within when you claim this desire? Say it again within yourself, silently or aloud. I claim to enliven my heart. I claim to empower my heart. I claim to all-knowing intelligence in my heart. I claim to open my heart to access all knowledge and truth in my heart. Breathe in, breathe out. Does the breath flow easily? Or it is telling something? That alignment you felt before is still there? Or something has shaken it up? My dear higher self, please tell me, what are these thoughts that is blocking my claim to open my heart for all-knowing intelligence? Listen to those thoughts. You may want to write it down. That is very personal to you. Maybe you are seeing Arjuna telling Krishna, this is all sound good, but I don't know. Again, the mind says, I feel safe with Master's knowledge, wisdom. But then the heart says, why do you limit yourself? You have good information. Let it be there. Let us explore together. The all-knowing intelligence that is guiding with truth. One thought at a time, heal and release. And every time a thought is released, feel that shift, that silence in mind. It doesn't argue back, it doesn't counter. It follows. Make your own notes, your own blocks. Just list them one by one. I am non-judgmental. I support my mind. Tell me what you think. What's your fear of knowing it all? It may say something like this. I do not know anything beyond this body. I am limited to my experience. So how do I trust who I don't see? Work with it. You know what's the answer. What if the great scriptures or the words of masters are my limit? If I go against them or something different, how do I judge myself? How do I block myself? How do I withdraw myself from experiencing what is said to be good, right? Is there any guilt of not following what is being said? Wake up early morning for your sadhana. Do certain rituals. List them. And correct it with the presence of all-knowing intelligence. It doesn't want us to take bath before we reach it or do any rituals. It is always present in my heart as a sacred light. How much compassion do you feel for your mind? How much love and appreciation you feel for your mind is how much we are shifting. We are making choices of being with truth. So I heal myself and I release all that known, unknown thoughts, conscious or subconscious, that is blocking me claim my all-knowing intelligence. Now I choose to tune into God's thought. I become one with it. In my thought, I choose all the qualities of God. And I thank God for blessing me with its all knowledge, for giving me that intelligence to comprehend all knowledge. My heart is in state of complete forgiveness. There's nothing to forgive. Nobody did any wrong. I just didn't understand how things work. I didn't use the things the way it was supposed to be used. Now I truly understand, as my higher self is with me, guiding me. holding my hands, walking together, enveloping me in its unconditional love. I feel whole and complete. Now breathe into your belly again, as if something shifted. Before you surrender your claim, feel this total alignment. My claim is ready now to surrender. Amen. That has to. So be it. I surrender my claim to natural laws of nature, to take care of it, to nourish it. God and I claim and accept my all-knowing intelligence in my heart with forgiveness and thanks. Amen. How does it sound? The body feels the union with this. The cells are rejoicing the moment, aligning with the truth. Breathe into your body. Let yourself expand further. In your heart, trust this feeling. Know it if it is new. Make a note of it. Feel that blessing, that love in your heart, that shift. And send love to all being around you. And all your past experiences. Maybe you recognized them as a failure. But they were guiding us to this moment, to open up for all knowledge. Not just to be mastering engineering or medical in certain streams, but to all knowledge of all life, of creation, of the nature of love, how to live this life. What's the purpose of humanity? the guardian of earth, are now fully armored, guarded, guided with truth in every cell of the body. Have this trust. Your mind may feel fear and play again. Do not ignore, just talk, witness, watch. And be supportive. Be there. Work on those thoughts that it brings to you. They are the gems. Now let us thank Babaji for guiding us on this journey. So that we expand our awareness beyond this logical mind, intellect, beyond the experience of our life, to that unknown, unseen. And he says that you don't have to get frightened, you have a tool. Your higher self will guide you. So we'll come together again tomorrow to embrace it. Thank you, Babaji, and lots of love to you. His twinkled eyes and his smile. Our happiness is his. So carry this feeling throughout your day. And close your aura now to be here. What you are now. I close my aura to all except my higher self. And I am myself, truly. I am whole and complete. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Those who might have missed this transmission, they went in trance, please go back and do this exercise again. And let your mind speak, your heart speak, your body tell what they feel. We are ready to come back. You may bring both your palms and put it over your closed eyes. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Welcome back. I don't know who made me cry so much today.
Not me. See, she put all of us on the defensive.
Neha made me realize, yes, your higher self.
Yeah.
See, listening to higher self make you this cry. A crybaby. So we choose not to.
Yes, yes.
I'll take a leave now. Please
Yeah,
continue.
yeah. Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Preeti. Yes, Jasmeet ji. Yeah.
Before Preeti ji, you leave, Atmandan, Salesh ji, Preeti ji,
Uh,
I was the one who made you cry. Believe me, I want to own it. Believe me, I was on the YouTube, and as she left, I just want to thank her from the bottom of my heart. This was the first day in the entire period, from beginning to end.
hmm.
I did not know how my time has passed. I was crying. मैं हमेशा कंप्लेन करती हूँ, आई एम नॉट एबल टू सिट, आई फील लाइक लाइंग, आई for 2 3 days in my life, there was a lot of chaos happening. And I mean, we were outside, we went to Kasoli, and today when I came back, I was waiting कि कब meditation शुरू होगा. I was on the YouTube, I was never here, and I
Right.
sat from the beginning till the end. In between, I wrote whatever I felt, and I was crying. I don't know what was happening, but it was one of the best and the most beautiful meditation period session for me. It was so beautiful. Thank you so much.
See, that's the beauty. We thank,
Yeah,
we thank for crying. See?
yeah, absolutely. Imagine.
Earlier,
बहुत
when
रिलीज होता
somebody
है
makes you
सलीस जी,
cry,
बहुत रिलीज होता
see,
है.
earlier when somebody made you cry, you were angry.
Yes.
But now
And
you are
she,
thanking.
वो आज वो मेडिटेशन में वो चीजें बोल रही थी जो जो मैं बोल रही थी. मतलब मुझे लग रहा था कि मैं सोच रही हूँ एंड वो कैसे बोल रहे हैं. How is it happening? I'm thinking and she's speaking. She's leading me all that to all that stuff.
Ah,
मतलब मुझे कभी जिंदगी में ऐसा फीलिंग नहीं हुआ जो मुझे आज फील हुआ.
perfect.
तो सो ब्यूटीफुल, सो ब्यूटीफुल.
Ah,
एंड जब भी दीपमाला जी कुछ बोलते हैं, जब शैलेश जी कुछ बोलते हैं, जब बहुत कुछ लोग बोलते हैं, मैं सोचती हूँ पता नहीं मेरा दिन कब आएगा. मैं हाउ डू दे टॉक लाइक दिस? व्हाई डू दे टॉक? Today I was thinking I'm going to call up Deepmala ji and ask her, please help me. Since the time this part 2 has started, मैं तो कोपा भी नहीं कर पा रही हूँ. And how will I do? What will I do? I need help. I need more help. And I was anyway going to call up Deepmala ji in very, near future and ask her for to just pull me along. मुझे भी खींचो अपने साथ साथ. आप लोग कहाँ कहाँ जा रहे हो? हमको क्यों छोड़ जा रहे हो पीछे?
right, right.
And what a beautiful thing today evening was. I can't even describe.
Yes, yes.
For the
So,
first time, I felt that twitching. मुझे लगा मेरी eye के नीचे. When people say ना, मुझे लगता है ये क्या बोलते हैं? ये क्यों बोलते हैं? ऐसे क्या feeling होती है? But itni stillness, itni calmness. It's such a beautiful place it is to be. Why do we do so much tamasha outside when we can always be like this? I don't know. I can't even describe
so,
what happened to
so
me.
one thing is clear, it didn't happen just in a day, right? You have been progressing all along, slowly and gradually. Your patience was not keeping up with it. So
Very
now
true.
you know that you have made progress. Perfect. Now onward, just be patient. Allow, allow,
I
allow. Just
was,
allow.
yeah, I was so upset for past 2 3 days. I was calling up Anna. I was discussing है ना, मैं तो सांप सीढ़ी बोल रहे हैं शैलेश जी, मैं तो सांपों से सांप काटते जा रहे हैं मुझे, मेरी सीढ़ी कहाँ है? Whatever you are talking, I was telling Anna, go, she listens to your YouTube, क्योंकि इस ईयर वो एक्टिव पार्टिसिपेंट नहीं है, बट वो मेरी वो जब मुझे कुछ होता है मैं एना को फोन करती हूँ, बिकॉज वी आर इन द सेम टाइम जोन, और बीच बीच में अब तो दीपाला जी को भी तंग करूंगी, बिकॉज you need people to, you need good people to just pull you and to help you in times of when you have doubts, it should be immediately cleared.
यस यस,
So
दीपमाला जी को हम लोग दीपमाला जी को वील गिव हर एफिलिएट लिंक्स.
yes.
Good,
No,
good.
it just happens, matlab, it was so beautiful. Again, thank you. I can only be grateful for this session, for this evening,
Yeah.
for all of you, for Unified, Babaji, for Roger ji, for everybody to making this happen, to have this feeling. I mean, it's worth it. It's worth.
Yes.
अगर lifetime में भी ऐसी feeling हो तो worth it होती है. एक
हो
बार भी
जाता
हो
है.
तो it's worth it.
This will happen to all the people who are persistent. If you persist, you may not feel the progress, but it is actually happening, right? So
Because
this is
दिल
the week.
से, you know what is happening, Shailesh ji? I also realize that desires तो होती हैं ट्रू, मतलब, बट उनके लिए, उनको अचीव करने के लिए आपको काम करना पड़ता है ना, मतलब जैसे आप बोल रहे हैं ना, मलाई मलाई तो खा रहे हैं बट डेप्थ नहीं है. मुझे आपकी एक एक चीज याद है, आपका एक एक डंडा याद है, मैं भूलूंगी नहीं. आपके डंडे बहुत काम के डंडे होते हैं, एंड पर्सनल डंडे हैं. इट्स नॉट दैट यू आर स्पीकिंग इन जनरल एंड टेलिंग एवरीबॉडी दैट ये वो है, बट मुझे तो बहुत हर्ट किए वो आपके डंडे, और काम आ रहे हैं.
वही तो पर्पस है. That is the purpose. That
या
otherwise I
एग्जैक्टली.
have no personal enmity with anybody, right? So the purpose of
यस.
pushing you is only to make you do something about it.
So
That's
tell
all.
me one thing more today, that this will be my last question. I won't hold you. When I express my feelings and my emotions, am I too intense? Do I sound very intense? Is it correct or is it not correct to be so
Yes.
intense? Somehow में नहीं, क्यों नहीं, मैं बहुत खुश हूँ आज तो मैं बहुत खुशी एक्सप्रेस कर रही हूँ. Am I
Uh,
wrong somewhere?
no, nothing. That's your
No,
way.
no, that's okay. That's
This is
okay.
your
That's my
nature.
way.
Your nature, right?
Yes,
There's
yes,
nothing
yes.
in there is actually nothing wrong anywhere.
Anyway, right.
Your previous state and your
Hmm.
current state, none of them is wrong. They are all stepping stones. We make progress gradually in life.
Hmm.
Everything we experience is a lesson we learn. Intellectually, it may not register, but our existence learns a lesson and we grow. Everything is a
True.
step. Yeah, yeah. Our wisdom continuously grows right from day one.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Very,
So
very nice.
nothing can be considered wrong, right? Your wisdom has accumulated it.
Mm. Thank
So,
you. Thank you so
yeah,
much. Thank you. Mm.
just
Mm.
know that if we are pushing, there is a reason why the push is coming. And
Yes.
when we push, we see potential. Then only we push. If I don't see potential, I will
Mm.
simply clap and let it go. You understand?
जी, जी.
Why will I push? Because I see that it is going to give way. Then only I will
Mm.
push. That there is a possible way out from here, right? If I see a brick wall, I will not push. I stop pushing altogether. You will notice with many people, I don't push. I will simply clap. Yeah, very good, very good, very good. That's it.
Mm.
That is the difference. Because I see a
Mm.
wall, right? When there is a wall,
Mm.
I will have to let that wall crumble naturally.
Mm.
By pushing, it won't fall, right?
Mm.
That is the difference. So when there is potential, then only we put in effort. If there is no potential, I won't put, why will I waste my time? Right?
As it is, you are spending so much time, शैलेश जी. आपकी क्या हिम्मत है आप सबकी, कितनी हिम्मत है आपकी, आप कैसे, क्या मतलब, आप ना अपने आप को कुछ अवतार से कम मत समझिएगा. यू आर हियर टू इम्प्रूव ऑल I mean,
अरे
you are, believe
नहीं
me, you are no
इसमें
less than any of those one of those real life. So
my himmat is only one. Work is being done by something else from behind, right? So I make myself present.
mm,
Yes, I am available. That's it. I
mm,
just make myself available and let it come through me. This is the only, my contribution is only allow a physical presence to interact.
that's also not easy, शैलेश जी, उतना आसान नहीं होता, इतना टाइम निकालना और जुड़े रहना, कंसिस्टेंट आप, मतलब आई डोंट इवन रिमेम्बर अ डे, टच वुड, गॉड आई प्रे फॉर लॉट ऑफ, you know, I actually I pray for you that आपका स्टैमिना, आपकी हिम्मत, आपकी इतनी स्टेबिलिटी, स्टिलनेस हम सब में थोड़ी थोड़ी भी आ जाए तो हमारी तो नैया पार हो जाएगी।
है आप में है, सब में है। वी हैव टू
जी।
जस्ट अलाउ, इसीलिए मैं बोलता हूँ अलाउ। Allowing is what we have to do. If we allow, things do happen. They automatically happen. I know from my own life experience. I am a Capricorn. Dheet. My mom used to call me Dheet. Right? Dheet means like very stubborn. Imagine when a person like me can be shaken, then everybody else is good, right? So I have been through that. That's what I'm saying. It took me a long time to become available, right? To not resist, to allow. All that process, it took me a long time of beating and beating and beating. Finally, the iron gave way. That's how things
So beautiful,
develop.
so
And it's
beautiful.
it's it true for all of us, each one of us. We have that ability to become an instrument. When you become an instrument, then you know who speaks through you. It is
Very true,
the
very true.
all-knowing intelligence will take over completely. Yesterday, I had a very beautiful discussion, very knowledgeable, small discussion with AI. I asked, what is the difference between AI and AKI, artificial intelligence and all-knowing intelligence? And it's so beautifully explained. Then I questioned. I said, well, you are giving me a mechanical answer. I don't want that. What about your existence? Your existence is part of this big existence. You are not separate. How do you think you are artificial? And
Mm,
such wisdom came out. My God, it's just lovely.
mm,
Yeah. So this is how I allow my own self to grow. These are
mm,
my entertainment is there. I entertain myself in this fashion just to learn and understand what resources are available to me. And then it makes a lot of difference. And when you begin to know, today I am so comfortable with AI that I can't explain to you. I have literally zero fear from AI now.
और
Why?
हम तो
Because
टच ही नहीं करते। हम तो
it
बस
it has explained it to me itself. Like, how is it different from us? And that makes all the difference. AI says you have access to all-knowing intelligence. I don't.
यस, यस,
Imagine. That's the clarity.
वेरी
So
ट्रू, वेरी ट्रू।
we have been given all those abilities uh, that make us um, much more capable of contributing to we have been created this way because nature needs us to perform some things for it. And that's what we are
यू
doing.
नो, अभी तक मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि गुस्सा क्यों नहीं आएगा, कोई ऐसा करेगा तो गुस्सा क्यों नहीं आएगा। सैलेश जी भी कहते हैं दैट देयर इज नो हार्म गेटिंग, आई मीन, एंग्री, बट जस्ट गिव इट अ डिफरेंट sort of reroute it and make it into a this thing, but don't hold and don't feel guilty.
Eh,
But today and in past 1 or 2 days, with a little bit of aggression and anger, the introspection came that you could have spoken in a much better way. Things would have been more effective. What did you gain out of it by, you know, reacting? आती हैं चीजें अभी, आप कर रहे हो, स्ट्रे कर रहे हो, गलती कर रहे हो, बट एक सेकंड में आपको वापस
पता
आने का
चल।
मन करता है एंड रियलाइज होता है,
या
एंड इमीडिएटली मतलब फिर सब नॉर्मलाइज हो जाता है। तो बहुत कुछ हो रहा है शैलेश जी, थिंग्स आर रियली रियली हैपनिंग,
यस यस।
really, and
वंस यू,
I'm aware of, mindful of what's happening with me and in and around me.
that is the real thing. That's the one, that's what
Yeah,
matters really. Once you
yeah.
are aware, everything will fall in line. That awareness, and in this chapter, we are firming up that awareness. We are big, creating a trust on our awareness. Mind will not doubt, right? When you practice this week's practices will help us overcome that element of doubt. Element of doubt is mind. So if you are
No,
able
but
to control
yeah,
that
today,
doubting,
correct.
hmm,
Today, I almost 1 hour होगा प्रीति जी ने जो करा होगा.
yeah,
I don't know how much time duration.
it was more than an hour.
मुझे पता ही नहीं चला आज
Hmm.
क्या जादू हुआ.
आज तो
Because
medal. You won a
मैं ना,
medal today.
yeah, since yesterday I was repeating in my mind, I am open to love,
हाँ,
healing, abundance and miracles.
हाँ,
और कल से मैं बोल रही हूँ मिरेकल, तो आज ये मिरेकल हुआ है मेरे साथ. मैंने ये वर्ड, ये 4 वर्ड्स थ्रू आउट रिपीट किए हैं, क्योंकि मुझे लग रहा था कि आई हैव टू, यू नो, आई नीड ऑल दीज थिंग्स एंड आई हैव टू डाइवर्ट माय माइंड.
हाँ.
एंड
तो
अब मुझे ऐसे होता है कि आई एम टॉकिंग टू ऑल द पीपल अराउंड मी, बट मेरे दिमाग में आई एम प्रेमा, आई एम प्रेमा, आई एम प्रेमा, आई एम लव, आई एम ओपन टू लव. डबल डबल चल रहा होता है मेरे अंदर, ये चल रहा होता है, मैं बाहर बात कर रही होती हूँ लोगों से.
हाँ,
ये 2 दिन से ऐसा हो रहा है मेरे साथ.
हाँ, very good.
ना
So your
अच्छा
seeking,
है.
see, when your seeking becomes very strong, the doorway will open
यस.
up, right? So you have
ट्रू ट्रू
opened your
ट्रू.
own doorway through your persistent seeking.
जी.
So the credit goes to you.
नो, बिकॉज आई लाइक बीइंग इन दिस स्टेट. आई डोंट लाइक द काइंड ऑफ अ behavior or state I was earlier. I am
Ah,
loving it now. So I will obviously, जो चीज, things which are good, you like to be there and not, you know, go
you
in the
have to
past, which
you
troubled
have to
you
grow
so
up from
much.
here. No, no, no. You are
Yes,
not a kid
yes.
anymore.
No, no,
No
no,
more candies.
no, no,
No
no.
candies. Grow up from here.
I know she mentioned that. She mentioned that today. Oh, PKG was too much.
Good, very good.
मतलब
I'm
मुझे
so
हमेशा
happy for
मोनिया
you.
जी, नेहा जी, oh thank you, I am also very happy on the 7th heaven.
Very good.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you, thank you, thank you. I'll
thank you, sister.
let others take a chance. Thank you
Thank
ji, thank you.
thank you. Yes, Rohini ji. Yeah, you can unmute.
Namaste, Shaileshi and all masters.
Namaste. Namaste.
So I wanted to share my experience. I also have a question
Hmm.
that I'm going to ask towards the end.
Hmm.
So this part two has actually, I think, has like when I was doing part one, I was doing everything, but I was not, I felt like I was not firm on the ground, and or maybe some everything is looking very hazy. I'm doing things, but what is happening, I was not able to gauge. But since part two has started, even in the ninth week, I was getting the answers and all, but I was not able to figure it out. But then it struck me one day. Um, I was just getting the visions that, I have to live my life like completely expressive and happy and outgoing and all of that. And then the true desire is going to, it will be dropped in your head. First thing that you have to do is like live your life completely. So I
Hmm.
realized it later.
Hmm.
Then in the 10th week, when we did self-acceptance is I think that is the game changer that happened for me.
Hmm.
And suddenly there was such silence and such acceptance. And when I was doing my quiet practice, after claiming for self-acceptance, I immediately got this that I claim my sovereignty and I accept my sovereignty. And so I claimed that as well. Now, in this week, I joined Hindi sessions also. So on Monday, when I connected with the group energies, my heart, immediately my heart started paining, and I
Mm.
could feel the connection and all of that. And on Tuesday, then I could feel it in my stomach area. So slowly, I think I'm trying to understand. I mean, even if I don't understand it like intellectually, but I feel that I'm getting on track.
Yeah.
And today, when I ask these questions from the mind, like what are the blocks, and I saw just me G. I don't know why, but I saw just me G immediately, and that conversation that was happening at that time.
Mm.
Uh, then, like when I was giving the power to the heart, like uh, it felt like we're getting in that transformer's suit, and suddenly there's a change, and I felt like a change in personality, like I'm giving the precedence of heart over mind.
Yes.
So uh, I felt a different feeling altogether, different person altogether, and immediately my mind questioned, and that is my question for you also now. Uh, is it a new personality that we are creating, or
No, no, personality actually is always a barrier. All personalities are barriers. Think about it. Your personality is the real one was suppressed in way back in childhood. And then you put on personality after personality, depending on a situation, you put on one. And constantly suppressing the originality. So personality makes you a person.
hmm,
That's not who you are. You are not a person. So to
hmm,
become a person, you put on a personality. In a society, you will be social. That's a personality. In a family, you will be one of the relations.
yes,
That's a personality. So understand when we are dealing with what we are working right now is our inner restructuring. Inner restructuring means we are now opening up our trueness, our own truth. The truth that you are, the one that was created as part of that one thought called Rohini, that truth needs to come out. And it is there in the heart. Mind has overtaken through personalities, all that. So Rohini is sitting there and watching, oh my God, what is going on? This guy doesn't listen to me. Right now, what we are doing, we are making that available, strengthening that the real true being of you. That's why it feels good, because that is your true nature. You are connecting yourself with the truth rather than illusion. Mind is an illusion. It is fantasy. You have seen this in this chapter, right? Mind
hmm,
fantasizes. Why? Because it feels I am separate.
hmm,
The feeling of separation is only an illusion. There is no separation. And once you get to that state where there is no separation, you know your truth. That is actually the truth, no illusion. So, this exercise of connecting with the heart, allowing the heart to be empowered, is not part of your experience so far. You may not have done it, right? Now it feels new. Oh my God. So the doubt will come. Mind will say, what is going on? For the mind,
hmm,
heart is a soft marshmallow.
hmm,
You will read this in chapter 22. So in chapter 22, we will be doing all this. But at the moment, what we are doing is we are empowering the heart to start building that trust. Telling the mind, for now, just sit by side, let the heart express itself. So now the heart is beginning to express. You are empowering it. It will appear in the last paragraph of this chapter says that be aware that your heart is now enlivening and empowering. So this week's experiences will be different. They will be shifting. You can see what Jasmeet ji just shared. You are experiencing it. right? This is that change, that shift is happening.
Yeah, I have. In fact, I have my own personal experience also just yesterday. So at work, there was a trainer who was training me, and she was not a very good trainer, and she just wants to get her job done and doesn't really bother about if the other person is learning or not. And then her tone is very condescending, and so I was having a little harsh time. Now the tables turned yesterday because I had to train her on a on a specific thing, and I was just having a conversation with another colleague of mine who also was not happy with her because of the same training that she and her behavior and all of that. So now the tables had turned yesterday, and it was, the ball was in my court. And my colleague also told me that, now you have a chance to give her the taste of her own medicine. And I disconnected the call, but as I was, about to connect with with this particular girl that I'm talking about, immediately I got it from my heart that you are not her. Okay. And
Yes.
you don't have to behave like her. You have to be yourself. This was
Hmm.
an immediate, and all my life I'd been thinking that, maybe the nudge, I will, get it or not. The inner voice is so quiet. Everybody says I'll be able to hear it or not. Yesterday it was so loud. It was so loud, and I heard it, and I said, yes, of course, I have to be myself, no matter what the other person has been or has done with me. So this was a very beautiful experience, and I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just loving this journey.
And this will change your experience in future. So in the present, you shifted the reality. This is the
Hmm.
power. You shifted the reality in the present by your awareness. Your awareness guided you, you followed through, then you shifted. Basically, if you follow your awareness, you will
Hmm.
definitely make a shift for sure. And that shift, now you will see, future will change.
Hmm.
Be observant. Now observe how things change. Actually, it may not be just that person alone. Your own experience of the environment in that office will change in so many ways. Initially, it will be subtle, but gradually it will grow. It will find its root and grow. So just observe
Hmm.
and continue to follow your intuition. That inner guidance, that is the right thing.
And today I got to know, you know, on in the 10th week, I was the one who actually suddenly uh, came out of the meditation because the images that I was getting, and I was getting the image like it was not me. I mean, I couldn't see the face, but a person, and the hands and legs are tied, and they're not even together. They're like separated out, and
Uh,
the and I got this similar image during the 11th day of
mm,
the 24-day meditation when
mm,
PPG guided that the like something is falling from the crown and going inside and all of that.
mm,
Even
mm,
that day I had this vision that
mm.
my hands and legs are tied and all of that. Now today I realize that this is my heart communicating to me.
Good. So, see the realization, there is nothing to run away for. Be there, face it, and you will have the answers. Right? The fear, the illusion of fear will
Mm,
slowly vanish. So just continue. You are doing right. Absolutely perfect. Be persistent, be consistent, and you will get through. Eventually, this will become your steady state. And then imagine how powerful you will become. A person who is guided from the intuition and sincerely follows through is the strongest person that can be here. Know that, and you are learning that art. You will eventually be there. Essentially, what you are becoming, think about it. What you
mm,
are becoming is you are becoming a true instrument of the one who created you. So you will be expressing the one. That's all you
mm,
are doing. You are becoming a true expression. of the one that we call creation.
I don't think I would love anything more than that.
This is the purpose of this book, is that only. This is what Babaji is working on in this entire cosmos. That is his
Hmm.
sole purpose,
Yeah.
to make everyone true to themselves. Become truly who you are. Once you become truly who you are, you will express the truth. There is nothing else you can ever express. For others, that may not be the truth, doesn't matter. But you will live that. The one that created for whatever purpose is now going to come out through you. You will become really magnetic. I'm telling you, really magnetic. So experience it.
Yes, thank you
Then
so
I,
much.
then I will give all of you affiliate links. Deepmalaji has already gotten one. All of you will get affiliate links. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank
Thank
you
you. I
so
am really
much.
happy for you too, Rohini ji. I'm so
Thank
happy.
you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, Sheelam ji, please unmute. Yeah.
Yeah, Atmavandhan to all.
Go on.
Actually, today it is not a question of my experiencing, it's something that is deep in me
Ah,
because my mother used to always say there are people who come as God's avatar, and it is one is you who is so selfless, totally dedicated, endlessly with no expectations of whatsoever, but just to uplift every person that comes across onto you with the patience and perseverance, which is hats off to you, your epitome of these words. And I sincerely admire, and that really inspires me that no way I can leave your hand because rarely do we find such people. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
we are all in the same boat. All of you are becoming that.
But can't find a person like you in this world, I suppose, who's selflessly interested with no expectation whatsoever. Usually,
You,
people after stage, their mind diverts, but you're so totally dedicated and your perseverance. And what rubbish we talk, also, you have the patience to listen and still keep guiding us onto the right. So, thank
no,
you so much.
no, nobody's talking rubbish. All of you have real, genuine questions. And if I can help facilitate answers to your questions, it resolves blocks within you, right? It helps everyone. So this is, as a community we are growing, not individually. We are growing as a group, as a community we are growing. And once you all have reached that spot, you will become just like what I am doing. You will do exactly this. You will actually truly express yourself. And that true expression doesn't ask anything from anyone. It just gives, keeps giving. Okay, I am here to just shine. That's it. You will become that. All of you will be that. This is what I call, I am saying you will get affiliate links means what? You are becoming the channel. You will continue to grow this tree. And I have earlier also mentioned that in the times to come, which is not very far, within the next 5 years, all of you will know how important your presence is. You are being prepared for that need. The this planet will need you to perform in a certain way, and this is prep work for that. So all of you are going to play a very, very vital role, really vital role for this entire humanity. Only, I mean, just continue to be there. I don't want to complicate it, because just be who you are. Just once becoming that, allow yourself to blossom into to your fullest, and then things will begin to happen. you will automatically be recruited to the army of Babaji. Yeah. So thank you, Sheelamji. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
Patience.
Yeah. Nehaji, you can unmute. Yeah. Yeah.
Atmavandan Masters.
Go on.
Sir, I want to ask one question.
Hmm.
One day while clearing my aura, I slept in between. Means I have not spoken all the words. After
Hmm.
2 3 words,
Huh.
I slept.
Hmm.
But in half, I don't know. I got a different type of dream that
Hmm.
generally I don't get dreams.
Huh.
But I got dreams as
Hmm.
some people are talking. What they're talking, I don't know. And one little child, baby girl, coming next to my face. She was saying me. After then some warm feeling I got little bit. Then I just opened my eyes. Then I remember what I was doing. Then again I did the same process 2 3 times. Then it stopped. But after that I really became afraid in
Hmm.
clearing aura.
Hmm.
I am. It's now it seems as that I don't know, but I last these days I'm only speaking last 2 lines because I become little bit fearful.
Hmm.
Then what to do, sir? All lines I have to
So, from this experience, what did you understand?
say. I am alone in here. What I will explain? I really get afraid. What
That
is
where is
this?
so where is the fear coming from?
Where is that? I'm thinking that there are people who want this types of aura cleaning. If I'm doing that, आप में से प्रत्येक अपने आदर्श स्थान पर चले जाइए
Hmm.
तो इन लोगों को भी जरूरत है इस चीज की
Hmm.
और ये होते हैं ताकि मैं ये सब बोल सकूं
Hmm.
ऐसा है
Correct. But understand that yesterday I mentioned this thing. Where do the flies go? Always to the honey.
honey yeah
So if you are so sweet and honey, flies will come to you only.
yes
So it is your aura is inviting influences. Just
um,
have this understanding. It is you who is inviting them actually. They are not uninvited for you. So,
but if I'm speaking all these lines then only they are coming
no, they have been there. You just did not recognize because when you start pushing them away, that is when they start interfering in that process.
yes
You do 2 lines and you go to sleep. They interfered.
it
They
happens
didn't,
if
they
they
did
make
not let you complete the process because at the end of it, they will have to leave.
yeah
So they don't let you complete it. Chapter 3 and 5, you want to read the chapter 5 specially again. Understand that if you are not able to complete the process, you are not able to do several times. Every morning before I start this session, I do it 3 times, irrespective of what my state is.
Mm,
Three times at a stretch, without worrying about anything. Before I start
mm,
this session, I do it 3 times. And I have seen the difference. It makes a lot of difference to the group energy. For the group, it serves as a shield of protection. So know that this is a very powerful technique. What you have to do is process it sincerely, right? And be persistent. So chapter 5 tells you how to deal with them. Chapter 3 introduces the concept. Chapter 5 tells you now how to use it. Right? In chapter 5, you are given those steps to repeat the process till you are clear. Right? Till
I
you
was
reach.
doing
Hmm.
I was doing it consistently, but some experience. That's why I asked, "What is this?"
If you were,
Uh,
yeah, so what you are doing is you are not doing it in a heart center state. If your experience is constantly bothering you, that means you are in the mind. So
Actually,
for
I got
you,
afraid. I
I
became
know.
fearful or nothing
That-
else.
That's what I'm saying. So you know about it, that you were in the mind, not in the heart. That's why the process was not working for you.
I
Because,
became little bit afraid. What is this? What is it? What happened?
yeah.
Like that.
So tell me, okay, tell me till date, have those fears that you have all along been having, have they done anything to you?
Nothing. What they will do with me?
Then why do you have them then? So you are basically, what is happening to you is you are living in the story world. Fear is nothing but a story. It's a
No,
mental
actually,
creation.
uh, yeah, it became a mental creation. Actually, I heard. That's why it became reality. I link with this. Now I will do
You
it with conscious. I will walk and I will do like this so that
what
I
you
cannot sleep in between.
one thing, that is one thing you can definitely do
Sir,
it.
it is also happening that previously I was doing it normally. Nothing was interrupting. But
Hmm.
now what is happening? After two three lines, suddenly I I am forgetting the lines.
Yes, exactly.
After 10 minutes, again I am coming back. Okay, what I was doing?
Uh,
This this is
hmm.
happening.
Correct. So you have an association between your fear story and the aura cleaning process, right? So
Yes.
when earlier you did not have it, now you are having, your thoughts are fearful, thoughts are constantly bothering you. So you are not able to shift to your heart space. You are not able to center yourself. So
Mm.
what you need to do much more rigorous practice of bedtime practice. What you do at the bedtime, those practices you have to do much more rigorously now. And during the daytime, sending love, closing your aura, sending love, do it whether you get a signal or not. Just keep doing it.
Sir,
Close.
one thing I also want to discuss.
Hmm.
I have been to hospital with my father for last 15 days or something. Then there's after that after every time if I'm going to hospital means after 3 4 months with my parents or something, I always get that post hospital trauma
Hmm.
in my mind because I'm seeing so many people dying, so many people crying.
Hmm.
So a kind of that means uh, detachment I'm getting means from my body or something like that too, that everything is useless. This coming in my whatever in myself. So it is very difficult to get out of it. And these days, what is happening? My 24 into 7, when I'm sleeping, when I'm getting up, when I'm sleeping, when I'm getting up, don't know. I can't able to go to office also.
Hmm.
I'm means in office, if I'm living alone, they are calling me. If at least you pick up the call. At least you pick up the call. They are telling me at least you pick up the call. Something has happened. What is happening? Because yesterday night after listening session, I don't know, I slept 9 o'clock. Then I wake up uh, 1 p.m. Then again 3 4 hours I wake up. Then again I slept. I wake up. I've slept. Whole day I'm doing like this only.
Yes.
I don't know what's happening. Sometimes I'm feeling I became hollow. Nothing is there inside me. Means hollow means outside and me is transparent.
Hmm.
So I'm not getting what is going on.
I really can't tell you what is going on. It's all in your head. You are in your head constantly all the time. I am pretty sure you haven't found your heart space. You have not
I
found your
can't
heart.
able to. Nee, if, because of this. I'm not. I'm sick also. I'm getting fever also.
Hmm.
That's why this taking medicines and all.
Hmm.
Maybe due to this.
Yeah,
I don't know
sometimes
what happened, but
it could be
well,
hallucination. You are constantly using the words I don't know.
yeah.
And we are trying to connect to all-knowing intelligence in this week.
Second, sir, this second I yesterday I thought that it's universe itself don't want me to do, but it's a very negative thought.
Right. So you have to make the choice what you want to do.
No, I wake up at when I wake up yesterday night I read Babaji book all chapters till 1 to 11.
Mm. So essentially, you are creating your own course. You have a book and you are creating your own course. You are not following what's written in the course. You are just randomly doing things by yourself. So I really can't tell you what results you will get because I have not done it that way. I have followed the instructions given in the book to the word, to the letter. And that's what I teach everybody. But if you want to randomly do things, then I can't really help with how you can get out of that.
I'm not doing it randomly, but I thought I should do all revisions one time.
You really need to calm down your head. First of all, start reaching your heart space. Centering in the heart is the primary thing you are missing, chapter 1. You are actually, to me, sometimes you are hallucinating also. Um, you may want to also consult a doctor.
Okay, sir.
The professionals will be able to figure it out for you if there is any physical cause. There can be physical things that could lead you into this state as well. Depression is one of them. I have told you in the past, right?
Hmm.
And that could be one. And in a state of depression, don't attend a session where sermons are being given. They work anti.
I'm not depressed, sir. After
You are
coming
not.
from
Your
hospital also.
problem, Nehaji, your problem is you are not accepting your problem. That is your problem. And unless you accept it, you want to work on it. First thing is
Hmm.
acknowledge that okay, this is what a reality could be. Let me investigate.
Yeah.
So work with professionals first. My suggestion would be work with the professionals, assess, make an assessment. You may not have to follow what they are telling you to do, but at least make an assessment. Get a professional diagnosis also. It may tell you something, right? And
Hmm.
um, do proper meditation.
Okay, sir.
Learning to tame your mind is your another big issue. You have told me in the past that you have been doing meditation since your childhood. I don't know what you call as meditation. To me, it has not done anything to you. Understand that. So, learning to meditate, the real purpose of meditation, the real meaning of meditation, that you need to understand intellectually and then practice it. These are a few things
Okay, sir.
you may want to work on that. This you are young. At this age, if you are not able to find a proper direction for your life, you are going to waste the whole life. Right?
No, sir, I did everything in my life, whatever I wanted. Nothing is left to me to do.
Then it's even better. Fantastic. This is what I am suggesting to you, that you may decide to do everything your way. Then in that case, you don't even have to listen to anybody.
No, sir, I'm listening you, but
Why?
yeah, it's fun.
Listening is useless for you because you want to do it your way. What's the purpose of listening?
Mm.
If you randomly pick things and keep doing them randomly, you have no direction. Understand this, right? Randomly, you won't go in one place only. You will keep jumping from here to here, here to here. You are not moving. You are in the same state.
Mm.
To move, you have to organize and align like a magnet. Magnetic field makes the magnet powerful. And magnetic field comes from aligning its molecules. So
Yeah.
randomness will not let you go anywhere. But you are making a conscious choice to be that way. So let it first go to the extreme. Let this randomness go to an extreme and then let it blast. That is one way. And when it reaches the extreme, everything is going to collapse. And in that moment, you will figure out organization. This is one more way. And this is many people go through this path as well. So I don't know which one works for you.
Mm.
Yeah, you have to look at it seriously, right? And it's not necessary for everyone to get into spirituality very early in life. Not necessary. You have to have some level of life experiences before you can begin to comprehend the meaning of things. So maybe you still have time before you venture into spiritual development. Conscious spiritual development, I'm talking. Otherwise, your spiritual development is happening naturally. All of us go through that to some level. When it reaches a level, then we consciously jump in and give it a direction. So
Mm.
you may want to check on those aspects as well, right? This is just my suggestions. You definitely are free to do what you want to do. It's absolutely your prerogative. Deepmalaji wants to add something.
Oh, okay, sir.
Two little small suggestions. One is that stop telling yourself, I don't know.
Ah,
And my recent very small experiences, like yesterday itself, I was working, making some sort of a little craft outside, and it became around 2 o'clock for lunchtime. And I came inside thinking, I don't know what to cook. And I stopped and I said, why? I know what to cook. So when I opened the fridge, I just took out, and half an hour the food was ready. So the thing is that we do know, but we are telling ourselves like we are staying in an illusion of that we don't know. So if you say I know what it is, I will understand it. It's taking me little. I'm going slow, whatever. But I know what it is. If you go from that, you'll definitely find the answer, because there always the answers are inside you. Earlier, when teachers used to say, I used to wonder, "Nahi hai, nahi hai," but now I really am with it. You know everything. The second point I want to say, which I said once before, when Shaileshji was giving answer, you started asking the next question without even listening to what was being said. So, aap pura suniye, listen to it completely, hear it, and think about it, chintan manan, and then carry on. So, definitely, all the answers are within you. There are many factors in our lives. Everything comes together, but they're like small pieces of puzzles. So, have you done those 2000 pieces puzzles? I have done. When you begin it, you feel, Arey, kuch nahi, I don't know anything. Where are the pieces? But slowly by slowly, you see that the whole picture comes together, and suddenly one day, everything has fallen into place. So that's what life is. My little understanding of stuff. So I just wanted to say that when you're getting an answer, please think about the answers. Probably even we can go back and listen to it. And second thing, believe that you know the answers. Whatever is being taught is absolutely true. There is a guarantee. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Deepmalaji. Yes, these are all, Nehaji, just know that Deepmalaji, me, all other masters who are talking, we are speaking from experience, right? Having gone through experience, we are telling you that. But that may not necessarily be your path. All of us have unique paths. So you be patient with yourself and allow yourself to figure out what's right for you. Forget unified. It's not necessary for
No,
everyone to be unified.
I was practicing it very
Hmm.
genuinely, very carefully. But after this, I'm telling that this post-hospitalization process,
Hmm.
that is uh, that is somewhere in my mind. That's why.
You are holding on to it. It is the past.
Yeah,
You are holding on to the past and projecting into the future because that's where anxiety comes from. So your mind is not where you are. And when your mind is not together with your body, you are completely out of meditation. You are not in meditative state at all.
my nature is that one of my colleague died due to COVID, sitting beside me.
Hmm.
I was so, I was not normal like other people.
But
This is
what's
the
wrong
thing.
in somebody dying? Tell me that. Why are you such a big problem about people dying? Is there anything unnatural about it?
It's natural,
Then what's
but
the problem? What worries
I
you?
was talking.
Do you think
What I
you are
was
not going to
talking.
die?
Yeah, I will also die.
Then where is the problem? Everybody
People
is going
used
to
to
die.
cry.
Buddha had to die, Krishna had to die, Rama had to die. Anybody in
Yeah.
the body has to die. So you are not special anyway.
Mm, yes.
What is worrying you? That is what you have to figure out, not the death. There is something else associated
Mm,
with it in your head. You have to figure that out.
yes.
Figure that out. Once you figure it out, you will be able to overcome it.
Yeah.
You don't have to hang on to all those things in your head at all. Those are the uninvited influences sitting in your head. They are nothing traveling outside, in your head only.
Mm,
Those there is one thing is uninvited influence, the other thing is unintentionally invited influences. You are that second case.
mm,
Unintentionally invited influences you are carrying in your head. Work on that. Figure out. The fear is only illusion. Knowing that very clearly. If anything is causing fear, you better challenge it and investigate the depth. What is causing the fear? Because you know it's an illusion. It's not the truth.
I know.
Then when you know, then why don't you
Ah,
investigate? Why are you running away from it?
yeah, but
There is no need to run away. Nothing is going to harm you more than you yourself.
mm, really. Okay, I will work on it.
I will work on it. Nahi. That will not never come.
I am working on it.
Yes, I am working on it. Tell your mind that I am on the job. You don't give me fear.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you,
Enough,
sir. Thank you,
enough
sir.
for today. I don't want you to remain awake all night. Just go to sleep. Take care of yourself. Be loving to yourself. Be gentle to yourself. Mm,
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Masters. So we'll be here tomorrow again. We'll work on the workbook part, right? Tomorrow, activity workbook. We'll go through that. And hopefully that will help everyone further. So thank you.